Hey everyone, welcome to day 18 of the Winner Learn 25-day risk-taking experiment. Today is all about playing the game, playing the story game. Because when you tell your stories, they don't have to just be one type of story. As you get into this groove and you start practicing telling your story as if, you're going to start thinking, I wonder if I could tell other stories as if. I wonder if I could jump into the future of my day or of my week or of, I don't want to spoil the entire lesson, but that's what we're going to be talking about. Having fun with this idea of telling stories. Because whenever you think of an event, whenever you think of something that you're looking forward to, you tell the story. You also are really great at telling the story of things that you're worried about. I remember there was a workshop that I was hosting. I was so worried about this. For like 8 months, I was worried about it. In 8 months, I told a story where I would get really nervous, but then I would pause, tell a different story. And I will help you to see how I was able to work through that so that you can work through all of the events and all the risks that you're going to take. Because for every risk, there really is a story. So stories can be used to manage welcome and unwelcome changes and transitions. As you go through life, there are some things that you want to happen. There are other things that you don't want to happen. When you deal with a health issue, nobody wants that, but you tell the story of how it's going to impact your life and how it's either going to help you or limit you. So whatever you're dealing with, there are two stories that you can tell. You can tell the story about how someone's really annoying, or you can tell the story about how someone's really cute. Usually you tell a story of how cute they are till you break up, then they're so annoying. So there's always room to tell these stories. This is a picture. I actually took this picture. I was at Western Washington University and I saw a campus tour, and it was the most beautiful day. And there were all of these students with their family members, and they were all looking around campus trying to envision what their college story is going to be. And when it comes to college, a lot of people are really worried. Scarcity and fear tend to be the two most common stories that people will tell. I tell a very different story. I tell a story about hope. I tell a story about options. I tell a story that no matter what, you're going to be okay, because I truly feel that a college isn't what determines someone's future. A college is just a place with people that align with your passions and dreams. And there are lots of places and there are lots of people you can align with at lots of different places. So I'm going to share with you some strategies and offer you some techniques to help you to tell your story. Tell the story of anything in front of you that is causing discomfort and stress. A lot of times we like to push that stuff away, but I'm asking you to pull it back out and to look at it and to examine it and to tell the story as if it's already happened. If you're afraid of flying, tell the story of how you landed and we're in this amazing place. We had a situation, my daughter was worried about us leaving and going out of town. Speaking of flying, when she was a lot younger, she'd get really anxious. And we would say, okay, I know you're sad and I understand that, because you have to validate those feelings. But then we said, instead of telling the story of us leaving and how sad it's going to be, tell the story of how we walk through the door, the same door right there, how we walk through that door, and tell the story of what we have and all the cool stuff you got. And start with that, because we're going to see you and we're going to bring you back some great stuff. So why not tell that story? So you can see, telling the story is so important, because every day there are so many stories that you can tell. There's so many experiences that we have. And as you go through your risk-taking experiment, you're going to be engaging in lots of different actions and activities that involve a lot of discomfort. And you're going to tell that story, and you're going to get great at telling a really positive, happy, hopeful story. And here's the deal. If the story doesn't turn out as planned, that's okay. Because again, we have our people, we have our places, we understand how this is going to work. We have the universal rejection truth. You are in a very different place. So just go along with this. Have fun with this. Okay. So I did this 2 nights ago. Oh, I was tired, but I had to take care of some things. I had to actually exercise, and I did journal. I was having a really anxious night, but the thing is, I'm really good at knowing what I need to do to help myself. And I was up pretty late, and I had to get up pretty early. But what I did is I told the story of the morning before I went to sleep. And I do this ridiculous thing where I'll tell myself, I said, I had the most restful night's sleep. 1 hour felt like 2 hours. I'll play this silly game. 1 hour equals 2 hours. 1 hour equals 2 hours. 1 hour equals 2 hours. I woke up refreshed, renewed, and full of energy to face the day. I'm so grateful that I woke up feeling so amazing. Because the thing is, in the morning, my body's going to be the way it is, and my mind's going to be the way it is, and instead of thinking about being tired and thinking about how I'm not going to get enough sleep and thinking about all the things that are going to go wrong, I said, you know what? I might as well play this game. And it's a crazy thing. My wife and I, we laugh at this because it's so ridiculous, but it really helps. When I do this, I wake up feeling so much more refreshed and renewed. And I start, it's like a tone, it's like an energy. Start the day with this feeling, and it helps. It really helps. Tell the story of your day first thing in the morning. So when you get up, right, after that restful night's sleep, restful, you can tell the story of this day. So a lot of times when I have events, when I have big days, I will tell the story of how grateful I am that I was able to speak and share this message. And I'm so happy that I was able to connect with the audience and be able to offer something of value. And this will relax me. And I'll do this as a ritual before I do events. And if I wake up in the morning and I'm super anxious or uncomfortable or worried, I'll play this game. And it's such a better game to play. It's so much fun. And I think about the feeling and I think about the connection. And it turns out to be a true story the overwhelming amount of times that I do these events. Once in a while something comes up, but I still am able to rebound because I'm not in a place of lack. I'm in this place of strength and curiosity. I had the most incredible day. I accomplished the following. The most uncomfortable part was this. I got help from the following people. I found answers in the following places. I'm so proud of the work I did today. Tell the story of your week on Sunday. I was hosting an event the other day, and someone said, "Ooh, it's the scary Sundays." I didn't know what the scary Sundays were. The scary Sundays are when you start to think about your week and all the things you have to do, and you get really anxious and worried. So as a group, we played a game. We made it the Fantastic Friday game, where instead of thinking of all the things we had to do, we thought of the amazing Friday night we had because we accomplished so much. And the mood changed. Everybody got lighter. They thought about the exams they had. They thought about the meetings that they had to conduct. They thought about all the responsibilities, and they looked at it through a lens of, oh, this was great. I had the most successful week. I accomplished the following. The most uncomfortable part was this, so we could acknowledge it. I got through it by doing the following, thinking about people and places. I'm so proud of the work I did. Do you see how fun this is? I mean, this stuff just makes every day so much lighter and so much easier when you can tell the story. Before it was too scary to tell the story because, oh, we had to be so worried. But the thing is, worrying doesn't really make anything easier or better. It just takes up time and energy that we can spend focusing on how great everything's going to be. Tell the story of a test or a big presentation before it happens. I had the most successful meeting. I accomplished the following. The most uncomfortable part was this. I prepared by talking to the following people. I found resources in the following places. I'm so proud of how everything went. When you do this, what's so cool is all of a sudden you start to think of, who are the people in my corner who I can lean on? Who are the people I can talk to? Who are the people that I can connect with? Where are the places I could do a little more research? Maybe watch a TED Talk, maybe see something that's going to inform me and help me to be able to be better equipped to present and to represent what it is I'm trying to communicate. So by telling this story, you open yourself up and the energy starts to flow and wonderful things happen. Tell the story of an upcoming event. So if there's a party or a celebration or something, I like to think of it being like an exciting event. I hosted the most successful party. People get so worried about parties. They get worried about weddings. They get worried about different celebrations. But it's like, it's going to go the way it's going to go, and you might as well enjoy it. We spend so much time worrying. I hosted the most successful party. I accomplished the following. The most uncomfortable part was this. Found answers by doing the following. So grateful for all the new memories. And again, when you start thinking about, oh, the uncomfortable parts, you start thinking, oh, who hosted something? Where did I see that thing? Oh, who can I reach out to? What can I watch? And you end up learning and being open, and it just makes it such a joyful process. Tell the story of difficult conversations. These come up all the time. Start practicing it. You get anxious. You're worried, what's this person going to say? What's that person going to say? Here's the thing. What are you going to offer? And then you listen. You listen. I'm so proud of how I handled the conversation. I was able to communicate the following. The most uncomfortable part was this. And then when it comes to, who's had a similar conversation? My mentor, the people in my corner, maybe a friend, maybe a family member. Who can I talk to who's familiar with this particular topic and these dynamics? Then all of a sudden you can work through the challenges before you even have the conversation. And it just becomes so easy. I'm so grateful I was able to listen, learn, and move through this challenge. And once you embrace the universal rejection truth and really incorporate it into your life, then you don't have to be right. You just need to listen. Your only job is to offer and to listen. And then whatever happens next is going to be a beautiful thing because you're going to be present and the person who you're communicating with is going to know that you're listening. And the conversation is going to be mutually beneficial. It's really a magical experience. Tell the story of uncomfortable moments, past, present, and future. This is now we're getting into, the heavy stuff, the stuff that you really don't want to acknowledge. And you know what? You don't have to do it now. But when you're ready, this will become so much of an easier process. You got to make sure you have your people, therapist. I love my therapist. You could have people who, are going to offer you great insight, who love you, want you to be successful. I'm so grateful for all of my life experiences. I was able to accept the following. What's that source of discomfort? The most uncomfortable part was, you know what that is. I was able to find help by leaning on these people. I was able to find support in these places. It took me this amount of time to arrive in a place of peace, calm, and gratitude. Doesn't that sound absolutely beautiful? So your assignment: tell a short story from the list provided or come up with your own short story. Tell me about something that's in the future that you're a little uncomfortable about. And I want you to write that story, tell that story, share that story with me. You know how to do this. You can text it, you can send it through Facebook, you can find me on social media. I respond, I really do. This Facebook group, I'm so grateful it's here. It's going to be a community that's going to continue to thrive. Beyond the 25 days, it is here for you. You can find me on social media. I am all over the place. And of course, anytime, any lesson that you find interesting, share it with someone. This experiment is ongoing. There is no end date. This is the 25-day cycle, but we are going to be in each other's corner. We're going to be helping each other. I'm so grateful to be in your corner. I can't wait to hear your stories, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thanks.